appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final word. And it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Thank you all for stopping by and saying hi. All are welcome on this channel. All contributions are highly appreciated. Okay, be sure to tell a phone you know to come on over and subscribe to the channel. So thank you. Be privy to these spiritual notifications. There is no space in this place for everyone to be notified. Okay. And that intro is important because sometimes there are people who are unaware that they are in the company of a foe, an enemy, a hater, or an O. All right? So you got to make sure we let them all know. Okay? First card we're starting off with today, collective, is the Strength card here. And this Strength card here is representing you coming to a point of resting, a period of relaxing, rejuvenating, but being very grateful that it's over. Like a moment. You're having that moment. I can finally rest, okay? Or get some rejuvenation. Maybe you've been feeling tired. Maybe you've been feeling fatigued, feeling like your energy is being drained. You could be someone who has a lot going on, a job and a hustle, or two jobs, but either way, you're very grateful and thankful that you are now at your resting point. Now, life will continue, but you could be taking a vacation. Okay, I'm picking up on someone who could possibly utilizing their vacation time. Maybe you're spending time at home if you're not going to take a trip somewhere, and you're so just relaxed. I mean, just look at the relaxation there on that depiction there. Very at ease, relaxed, and grateful and resting. Okay. And this could also just represent energetically, you could be feeling depleted. If you're not someone who has work two jobs or has a very busy life, this could be you just energetically feeling depleted, feeling like you are being drained, or you feel like something is siphoning your energy. Okay. With the Three of Skulls here, I didn't want to bring it up, but Spirit wants to bring it up to let you know, you may have been feeling drained and fatigued because possibly maybe someone or something, somewhere you've been going to or someone you've been around, their energy could be draining to you. So collective, it could be maybe someone around you. They could have an energy attachment, or this could be someone who's very negative with their mindset, with their way of thinking. This could be someone who comes off as to be problematic quite often. The kind of person, when you see them, they complain more than they express gratitude. That kind of person. So Spirit is saying also, so be mindful that this may not be your energy. Sometimes we're carrying energy of others, and if we are unaware, we will mistakenly think that it's ours. And so it may not be your job. Yes, your job may stretch you from here and there, but it could be from you gathering what not like-minded, but unlike-minded energy. Okay. And so the repercussion of that, of dealing with people who are not on your frequency, not on your vibration, they can be very draining or depleting. As I mentioned earlier, this could be someone who complains a lot or always has something going on. And so maybe from you being around this person consistently could be very draining for you. Okay. Prior to, Spirit is saying you are someone in your natural state who's very well balanced. But whenever you are in the presence of someone of a lower frequency, it's empathic. Because of your empathic nature, you're likely to become drained. And so you have to get into the habit of recalibrating your energy, making sure you're taking care of yourself, eating, drinking water. No, I'm not a medical licensed physician, nor is this medical advice. Okay. I'm just speaking metaphorically for these cards, okay? So make sure that you're eating, drinking your water, getting your rest, and doing what's necessary to take care of you, okay? You want to avoid being in the energy of feeling like you are depleted, like you can go no longer. You don't want to be in the energy of always having to push yourself. Now, we understand that we get in circumstances where we may have to push ourselves a little bit more, but you don't want to be in a repetitious habit of having to push yourself so much so that you're unable to, enjoy life or be at least happy or content with what you are engaging in or whatever it is that you are doing. With the five of Viking horns here, this could represent, maybe people or someone being competitive, having possibly a competitive nature. Maybe people gathering, having a competitive nature regarding you, collective. You may be unaware of this, or you may be aware of this. Maybe this is some kind of gossip or slander in the neighborhood, on the job, in the community, in the church. This could be anywhere on social media. So maybe this is something you are aware of, okay? And maybe you're just tired of hearing it, or you may not be aware of this. Energy, the energy doesn't lie and it's never destroyed. It simply travels from one person, place, or thing to another. And so it's a good idea to practice a spiritual hygiene and constantly recalibrate your energy whenever you feel those moments of dis-ease where you're feeling drained or you feel like something's pulling on your energy. There's a lot of simple, very simple things that you can do. So take time to do research on those things and work on cleansing your energy and your aura, whether you're a male or a female. And it isn't about a belief system because all are welcome on this channel, okay? All right, doesn't matter what your belief system is, okay? We can learn from each other. There is no right, there is no wrong. We can learn from each other. And at least the high priestess knows that. This is the card that represents someone that has a lot of wisdom, very smart, okay? And this is your energy here, collective. And this could be the chatter about you. Maybe there's someone around you who could be possibly feeling this way about you. This could be a person, or once again, this could be that group of people gathering, having you all in their head, literally, okay? Speaking about the collective, being overly concerned about, who you are, what you're doing, who you're doing it to, who you're doing it with. They could actually be also pocket watching you, comparing you. There could be people watching you, being critical of you. And all of this could be unwarranted, okay? You could be busy living your life, living your best life, okay? Falling in love, being in love, having lots of hot, heated, passionate moments, going to work, loving your family. But in the meantime, in between time, there's someone who's very focused, hyper focused on the collective, so much so it's got you feeling drained. So this is not anything that you're doing wrong to yourself. So your spirit team wants to convey that to you. Just get into some cleansing, maybe some spiritual baths as well. And you will feel the difference, they're saying. You will feel the difference, and make sure you're getting a lot of rest and drinking your water as well. Something about water intake keeps coming up. And as I said, it makes me want to reach for my water and have some water intake. But be mindful of that, okay? Yes, even people gossiping about you behind your back can be very draining. It can also pull on your energy as well. It's not about whether you believe in it or not. It's just like gravity. It is what it is. Okay. So we have temperance here. So you or someone around you could have Sagittarius placement in their chart, sun, moon, rising, or any placement in your birth chart. But that's temperance energy. It speaks about balance as well. Being able to make sure you have a divine connection. Okay. You could be seen as an earth angel as well. And this is all the chatter. And people want to know what's the matter, what's going on with you. We got the temperance energy and the high priestess out here, male or female. Remember, gender is fluid in tarot. But either way, you come off as a threat collective. There are people who are extremely intimidated by the collective. But Spirit is saying, never mind those who does not want to vibe with you. I got it right here. You're not for everybody, and everyone is not for you. And be grateful that everyone is not for you. Because as I was speaking on a reading earlier today, you don't want everybody to be for you. So be grateful. When you try to maybe male or female, you want to get someone's attention, they're not paying you attention. Well, that could be your protection and redirection. That is source. That is the ancestors blocking what doesn't serve you from entering your life. Blocking what doesn't serve you from creating any stagnation or any harm towards you or your family. So you don't want everyone to be for you. So we have to be okay with, if you're trying to, maybe you're hanging out, maybe you're out in a nightclub, you're getting your swerve on, your dance on, you're feeling good. You see someone attractive, whether you're male or female, and you want to talk to them. If that person is resistance, we have to be extremely okay with them saying, I'm taken, or no, thank you. There's no need to become upset because I'm being told to let this message repeat itself in a lot of my messages. That is your protection. And for the guys too, that is your protection. Doesn't matter what your preference is, all are welcome on this channel. If someone does not want to interact with you, date you, get to know you, or they're showing you resistance, there's no sense of becoming mad or angry. That is your protection. And sometimes it comes in different ways. Source and our ancestors will communicate with us. The divine will communicate with you in many different ways through signs and synchronicities. Okay. So what better way could they communicate and protect you than to make sure that something does not go through? Then to make sure that this person resists you, or that pretty woman you wanted to talk to say, no, I'm married and she's actually single. That's a good thing, or that guy that you talked to on the phone and he never called back. That's a good thing. Those people may have things going on in their personal life that you need not to be part of. So be grateful and be thankful for that. But either way, collective, back to the read. With the lover's energy and the temperance here, this is your energy here, and we have the high priestess here. And so you have a lot of good positive attributes going on for you. And this is what people see, the high priestess energy, they see the temperance energy, and then they see that you're passionately in love with your significant other, whether you're married or you have a live-in spouse. Whatever your life is, your lifestyle, your belief system, you're happy. You're at peace. I'm also getting that you're very independent. You're very unique and very stylish too, whoever you are, male or female. When it comes to fashion, you know how to put that on every day. But you're very unique in the way you present yourself, and you're very independent, very resourceful. When things arrive in your life, you're likely to land on your feet. It's not saying that you're perfect, but you know how to make things better. You're very resourceful. You're very resilient. You're resilient, collective. You go through life like other people, but you handle your business differently. You don't respond the way others respond. And I believe that sends off a frequency, some kind of energy to your aura whenever something arrives. The solution is right around the corner just waiting for you. Like extra solution in the reserve. And Spirit say, release the reserve. And there it is. And people looking at you like, there's a collective, always got something new going on. There's the collective thinking they're all that. I can't stand when they're here. That kind of energy. And meanwhile, you're like, life's a bowl of cherries. You eat them as you want. That kind of energy. Okay, so keep doing you. You need not to dim your light, not at all. But this is just a spiritual notification. We don't project fear here. We know fear is false evidence appearing real. And Spirit just wants you to know, you may be aware, like I said, of this person or these people that is doing this, just speaking about you negatively, or they don't have a liking for you, or you may not be. But Spirit is saying what it is, they don't like the strength that you display. You're very unique, even in your fashion sense. But I'm hearing that you're very stylish, meaning you're unique, you're different, okay? And people like it. It may make them stare at you. You may have people staring at you, male or female, and you're like, why are they looking at me like that? Baby, they admire you. You look good. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit. You need to be smiling right now and patting yourself on the back. You look good. You look great. And sometimes, well, not sometimes, 99.999% of the time, there are people who will honestly show you resistance and show you like they don't like you. They really don't care for you. And it's really none of your business of why. Spirit doesn't want you wasting your time trying to figure anyone out. And respect, rejection is redirection and protection. And Spirit wants you to respect that. But in actuality, when people are envious or jealous of who you are, a lot of times people envy that you are courageous, collective, that you're willing to stand out and be who you are. You could be a blogger, okay? You could be on the Tube and You, the Bitter Twitter, or the Facebook or whatever platform you on, okay? There's a lot of them. The Insta Slam. You could be on the Talker Ticker. You could be on any kind of platform, does not matter. And there could be people watching, just criticizing and critiquing and saying the worst and the cruelest things. And people are either I'm just using this as an example because it's a great one. People are either an asset or a liability in your life, collective. Whether you're on social media, whether you have an office job, whether you work at McDonald's, whether you are a mechanic, a barber, a hairdresser, nails, it does not matter. you know uh but people will envy when you are courageous. And when I say courageous, just you're willing to live your best life. You're willing to keep the faith. They'll look at you like, how dare you get on social media? Who are you? Who do you think you are? You're not a celebrity. Who are you trying to become? This isn't a job. This is the perfect example. So I gotta use social media. So if you are on social media and you have a platform, I don't give a darn if you got 10 subscribers. They will look and they will criticize. Spirit is saying that's part of the mission. Let them be critical and let them judge. Let them have their way. It's part of the mission. It's part of your path. Duality. Well, I got it right here, but you know me. Duality exists in all things. So let those things come on your path and utilize them as fuel. Harness that negative energy and transmute it into something positive. Now, we're not talking about hurting anyone or manipulating any energy, because we don't have to do that. But you have a right to do all the rituals you want to protect yourself. Now, if they happen to fall on their face in the midst of that has nothing to do with you. You're innocent. You have a right to protect yourself. But when those things arrive, let them. Don't allow these people who are saying that they mad. You hear that? They mad. That's confirmation. They real mad, collective. That is confirmation. And they are talking. Do not allow it to distract you. Do not allow it to deter you or make you give up on your hopes and your dreams. Doesn't matter what it is. Always move forward. There will always be people complaining about who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it, because it's about you being brave. It's about you having faith, because people will look at you like, how dare you have faith? How dare you be courageous? I got stuff I want to do, collective, and I've never done it. That's actually how people be thinking, collective. Now, it sounds weird, but people will actually look at you like that, and you will say, look, I ain't got nothing to do with you not living your best life. I didn't say if you want to go to college and become a doctor, go ahead and be a doctor. Who told you couldn't go to school? So something about, with me saying all that, Spirit is saying something about you choosing, and I was just using social media as an example. I know everyone isn't on social media yet. I understand that, but it's a good analogy and example. So there's something about you following your dreams. It's something about you being courageous. Like I said, you could be a nail tech. You could, collective. You could be someone who's a babysitter, someone who watches people's children, and it didn't grew to the point where you got darn near a home daycare and you pulling that money in. People envy stuff like that. You're at home, you're relaxed, and you get into the bag. You're the envy of all, and you're like babysitting. Yes, you probably started off watching One Child, Little Man. Then you start watching Sister. Then you start watching Cousin. Now word is spread around because people trust you. Maybe your home is super clean and orderly, and people trust you with their children. Now it's expanded. Come on now. Don't be fooled. Don't let nobody trick you out your spot. It's the little things in between. Yes, people be jealous of material things, purses, jewelry, houses, and cars, but it's the little things. If you have too much contentment, people envy that. If you're independent, people envy that. If they feel like they need somebody all the time and they see you doing it by yourself, but you're not doing it by yourself, but you have, a spiritual team that's working for you, people envy that. If you're someone who simply know how to smile every day and be grateful, guess what? There's somebody to envy that too. But this is not to project negative energy. This message is Spirit saying to keep going. There will always be someone to try to make you feel like you don't belong in the room. There will always be somebody to try to make you feel like you ain't enough. You're more than enough. And that's why they work hard. The haters work hard at hating because the goal is to distract you. The goal is to get you shooken, to make you scared, make you afraid. The goal is to frustrate you. The goal is for you to give up. So don't give in, collective. I don't care who you are. I ain't got to know you. But Spirit wants you to know this message. Don't give up. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever your job is, your career is. You may be working a job 10-10, as I said, that completion. You may be working a job that's getting on your nerves. Getting on your nerves. And don't let it go. You look for another one. You know where we're going with this. Look for another one. Lock that ish in. Then we let it go. Then we let it go. Then we let it go like the leaf from the tree. We let it fall because we're in fall. Okay, hang in there. Don't give up. Keep doing what you have to do to make sure you thrive and survive, and you keep your resilience and your independence about yourself. You're courageous. That's the title. You're courageous. I see it and I feel it. Somebody and you may say, you know what, this look right here is just like, honey, you have no idea. I've been doing this and that, but you don't complain. You don't complain. It's not that you're faking. You know the truth, collective. Let me tell you what you know the truth is. At the end of the day, nobody cares. Sounds cold, it's the truth. You know nobody cares about how you feeling. People will listen to your business and do what? Try to use it against you. And then number 3, you know nobody cares. Then wait a minute, I got number 4. You know that the real truth is, collective, that nobody cares. So you keep your business to yourself. You take it to God, okay? You go into prayer and you keep on moving and do the best you can. That's what I'm picking up about you. You do not handle different circumstances like other people handle them. You operate different. And it's not that you're being fake or pretending. You have an understanding also about energy, and you're mindful. And you know better, whoever you are, than to complain. I'm going to say that. None of us know everything. None of us are perfect. You know better to complain. You know folks that really don't care. Okay? Here on planet Earth, you know, if you're not exchanging something, folks don't care. If you ain't got nothing to give them, folks really, they don't care. You know, they don't care. Folks will listen to you and pretend like they care. And later on, that same conversation gets thrown in your face. Remember, you told me, and that's why, and that's why, and that's why. And you'll be looking like, wait a minute, I thought that was a conversation. I was confiding in you. Now you flipping it up in the air like it's a flapjack. What happened? What happened to confidentiality? So you're understanding the rules and the laws, especially spiritual laws, because you're courageous and you know how to cope. You know how to cope. That's why you're nestled and snuzzled with this fierce lion here, not worried about a thing. You're resting easy. That is fierce. That is being brave. Yes, I'm tired, but I'll rest here on the back of this lion. And no, this lion is not going to attack me. This lion is really going to protect me. I'm safe here. You're courageous. You're phenomenal. You're phenomenal. Wow. Wow, collective. Woo, 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 woo. Wow. This is just simply beautiful. So these people can keep on yakking about how different you are. You know, they may call you weird. They may call you fake, whatever. Who cares? But guess what? You're doing you. They're taking their currency and they're surrendering their power. The more they speak about you, the fun fact about a hater that a hater doesn't know, or sometimes they do, is that the more you project unwarranted energy, just like the more they speak on your name, the more they gather and speak on your name and try to project hate and have nefarious deeds regarding you, the more they are surrendering their power. They're surrendering it to you. That means more prosperity and opportunity will flow onto the person who's receiving the unwarranted energy, because your vibration is not in the lower region. You're not working from the gonads. You're not working out of your lower region. You're up here. Okay? Okay? You got wisdom going on. You got that passionate love going on. Yes, yes. Whether you're in a relationship or you're dating, you look like love. You smell like love. People can see the way you, express yourself that you are loved by someone, especially yourself. Especially that self love is there. That self love is present. You take time with yourself, with your appearance. As I was speaking earlier, you're someone who cares. Presentation is everything. Taking time to bathe yourself every day is important. It ain't about what you got on, but long as it's cleaned and ironed, baby. And presentation is everything. You can have one outfit. Everybody had different situations. Let's talk about it. But long as it's clean and ironed, long as you hit that soap and water, and activate. You get that soap and water, you activate. That's self-love. That is self-love. And it makes you feel different when your body is clean. Say it don't. It makes you feel different when you clean your house. It makes you feel different when you mop your floors. It makes the bathroom feel different when you clean the bathroom. Say you don't smell that Lysol and be like, ooh, I like this. Say you don't smell some bleach and be like, ooh, that smell good. It's inspiring. So if you're somebody who don't even believe in energy, that's okay. Believe what you want, because I'm going to believe what I want. But let's just talk about that, the simple little things. It's something as simple as cleaning out your purse. Okay? Us ladies, we be having all kind of stuff in our purse. I think I clean mine out every other day. Receipts, all kinds of coins, but I'm saying at the register talking about I ain't got no change. Knowing that change is in the bottom of that purse, but you got to dig because we have everything in there. Like everything. It's like cleaning out a dresser drawer. You feel different. The next thing you clean up, the next time you clean up, collective, I don't care what it is. A drawer, a purse, a book bag, making a bed, fluffing a pillow. I want you to stand there after you finish and just feel the energy. Don't say nothing to nobody. Because if somebody around you, they're going to look and say, what you doing? Just say, oh, shh. Tell them to be quiet. Say, shh. After you clean up with clean or organize, it ain't got to be nothing major. I want you to stand there and just feel the presence. And tell me you don't feel something different. You wash the dishes, you feel different. The kitchen feel different. The house started to love you. Your home starts to love you. Everything is energy. Everything is alive. Yes, it is. And I said that. Whew. Child, they feel your vibration. They feel you. That's what it is. So it's not you, when you're, just get into some spiritual hygiene, some cleansing, some smudging, make sure you're decluttering. It's nothing to panic about. Do some research on these things. Do some research, whether you want to carry a talisman, get you a crystal, if you ain't got a pistol, whatever it is you want to do, but little small, simple measures you can take to be at ease. Yeah, collective. Yeah. And we have to give ourselves a break. There are times where we have to give ourselves a break at times. And it's okay. It really is. Ooh, this is a beautiful read. This is beautiful. People going to talk. Who cares? Let them. Sometimes people will be rude. So what? Next. Life goes on. Life goes on. So, yes, this is just a spiritual notification of keep being who you are. The energy you are feeling may not even be yours at all. Work on some cleansing and making sure you're consistently working towards recalibrating that energy. Later.